Giving honor to the Spirit of Christ, which is the head of my life and the head of the church. Good morning, happy Monday. I want to give y'all a word of encouragement to tell y'all keep pushing. Don't stop. Don't stop. Because hurt dogs holler. If you hurt, reach out. Reach out to somebody, someone, some person, some entity, and get help. I'm going through a season right now, as y'all can see, of hurt. But I can't have a test without a testimony. My greasy face is due to me anointing my head with oil so that my cup could run over. That sure the goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. But I want to go to the hurt dogs that holler. Yesterday was the 12th, and I expressed how hurt I was for the world and how the tears that I was pouring out was for the people who lost their lives in so many different ways, and how my own personal journey of hurt was on yesterday. But today is a new day, a new grace, a new mercy. I thank God for waking me up this morning. I thank God for being closed in my right mind. I thank God for the use and activities of my limbs. I thank God for right now being pain-free. I'm not in no pain. I take my medicine quite often. And like I said the day before yesterday, which was Friday, I think, I was in excruciating pain. But yesterday, God gave me rest. I slept most of the day. I slept even when my son came home, and I asked him a question. I said, did you even know your mama was asleep, living? He said, Mama, that's the first thing I do when I walked in the house. I came in and I saw you, and I knew that you was asleep. And he was like, I knew you needed rest. And then I was telling him how much pain I was in the day before, and how I made chicken noodle soup myself, and he called me fancy. No, it ain't fancy. It's because I understand my bland diet must be applied in order for me to have restoration and to heal myself. So chicken noodle soup is what I've been eating, along with sauce and everything. I got some sweet potatoes right now in the oven. And as y'all know, it's Monday, so I'm vegan, so there will be no butter and stuff like that. I do have vegan butter, and I'm going to use that if I have to. But as far as I'm concerned, the sweet potato is in the oven. It should be sweet enough just for me to have for today. I'm not going to eat my soup. I'm not going to eat anything that has animal products in it today. That's how I live my life. And I'm also vegan on Mondays and Fridays. But as I sit here in my bed and I took a shower, God said, hurt dogs do holler. And I was saying, God, what you mean by hurt dogs? He was like, think about it. When a dog is hurt, they holler. They're in pain. And coming from someone that's an animal lover, I understand when a hurt dog has certain issues in their lives and they can't express anything else but to scream out in pain. And the difference between a roof and a and I'm sitting here and I'm saying, me being the owner of a rabbit who's now 7 pounds, she probably 8 pounds right now. But I woke up this morning, I got myself together, I anointed my head with oil. I prayed for the nation. I prayed for each and every one that's hearing the sound of my voice. I prayed for a restoration of pain. I prayed for the people that are hurting. As y'all know, I watch the news, and I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if y'all know that, but I wake up in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. It's 5:50 right now, and I have cleaned my house, mopped my floors, did what I need to do to keep myself from being a hurt dog. Because some people get depressed by being in the house constantly, and I'm not depressed. I'm thankful. I'm thankful that I can stay in my home and it's hot and the heat is on. And some people don't have roofs over their head right now, as y'all well know, that the world had tornadoes and it hit a whole bunch of states. And some people don't have homes. They don't have memories. I lost all my memories when I had pictures of my children and things of that nature. I lost those things when I became homeless, yes. I was homeless, and my family kicked me out. But in the process of being kicked out of that house, God led me to the most amazing experience. I went to Kezi. I stayed there for 3 days. And in the 3 days that was there, my children and I slept on a mat for 3 days, and the gentleman watched us. And I thank God for that man, because without him watching us and seeing how I move with my young children and how I kept them protected, and even though we were going through a period of hurt and rejection, he saw how I moved, and he realized, hey, this is a young lady who needs help. And at that time, those 3 days, I was praying. I was going through the notions. I was not mentally prepared for what was my next chapter. But my next chapter was me going to the Madonna House. If you know anything about homelessness, the Madonna House is a house that is behind Wrigley Field, and it is led by Catholic Charities. And we stayed there from July until September. And I lost my pictures. I lost so many things. But God believes in restoration, and us staying there literally changed our lives, because we moved immediately in September to an apartment that was fully paid for a full year. And we stayed there for 8 years. And then I moved from there because of safety issues to another place. And that place was torment. But that was my season of getting myself together, finding my own way, joining a church, connecting to a vine of Mount Irad Transformation Ministry, where the Honorable Apostle Coleman Martin and Cynthia Martin, both of my apostles. And how it started was I was getting my hair done across the street on 75th and Austin. And I saw Mother Tillman, and they were giving out food for people that lived in Inglewood. And this was right before Easter, and I asked her, when was church service? And she told me when, and Easter was my first day of actually going to Mount Irad Transformation Ministry, where I joined. And I'm linked to that vine that I love so much. And I love the way that we are in a group chat together. And although I am not present physically, I am present mentally there. Thanking God for His grace and mercy that I found the church. Thanking God for me not being able to do things that I want to do right now, but still being connected to the Vine and Mount Irad Transformation Ministry in Chicago. Yesterday, I made a comment about my husband, and I began to continually pray. But God said, hurt dogs do holler. And He gonna hurt by my presence not being there. And He's gonna reach out again. And we're going to be connected if it's God's will. But if it's not God's will, then I will obey and do what God tells me to do. But he's a hurt dog. And he don't know how to holler correctly. Because when he hurt, he lash out in the most unpleasant way. And I'll just leave it at that. But just because he is unpleasant doesn't mean I have to be unpleasant. Because I believe in positivity. I believe in still praying for him, even though I'm not talking to him. And God is giving me direction on that now as to how to go. I thank God for Sister Carol. I thank God for Brother Dorian. I thank God for Mother Tillman, Mother Gracie, Brenda. It's just so many people in my sanctuary that I give God the honor and glory. Prophetess Smith and her husband, Arthur. And I thank God for my pastor, Arthur Bogood, and also First Lady Kathy Gould, because without these people in my life, I'm telling y'all, in my sanctuary, there is liberty, there is freedom, there is honor. Doesn't matter what I look like, because I came in there with my nose rings in, I came in with my hair being blonde, I came in with makeup on. I came in with different color contacts, and I do those things. And there was no judgment at that sanctuary. They welcomed me. They took care of me. They gave me ministry. They gave me the school of ruling. They gave me everything that I was lacking in my life at that time. And although I do not stay in Inglewood anymore, I still pray for Inglewood. I still pray for my ministry. Because I'm going to give y'all a story. Someone shot a bullet. We didn't even know that it was there, but there was a bullet hole in one of our doors. We got it fixed and everything. And it's just that we know that crime is everywhere. We know that where we live at in Chicago, murder has been the center point. And I watch the news, and right now it's 37 degrees, but I'm in my house, which is warm. And we know some people don't have the warmth of a home. Some people are dealing with landlord situations, and I know I dealt with a landlord situation that just was so tiring. But God gave me a way out. He gave me a new home. He gave me new comfort. He gave me a better building, even though it costs more and I might spend a little more. But I'm hoping and thanking God that He gives me this part of my life and this chapter of my life to go through with grace, mercy, and honor. My son is going to work. I pray that my children are safe. I pray for my nation that will go through this season of the holidays, and some don't have a home and some need placement. And I was watching how the Amazon people who were in southern Chicago, and how they were saying how the wind came in and how it just started ripping up the building. Half of the building is gone, and they only had 11 minutes to respond. And how they were saying that they have a no cell phone policy, but now they are asking for it back because they want to be able to tell their family members, hey, I'm okay. No, this was not, I didn't die, I'm living. I'm among the living and not the dead. Although they heard the noise and regulations need to be changed and everything, because I remember living in Alabama and there was a tornado warning, and how we scurried ourselves. I thank God for that, because when we heard that there was a tornado coming, all of us ran to the first floor, and we all were together, and we all were praying one to another, holding each other accountable, saying that we are all safe. And when the hurricane passed, we came out and we realized the building had not been touched. But I understand, my Ohio, which is family in Hawaii, they are grateful. They are I miss them so much, and I'm going to take a journey back to Alabama, and I love Reverend McCauley and First Lady McCauley of Mount Olive Missionary Baptist Church, because those people kept me when I couldn't keep myself. When I was going through the most treacherous times of my life, they were there for me. And if you link up to the right vine, hurt dogs, you won't have to hurt, because you understand, I could reach out to this person. I can ask them for help. I can tell them, I'm homeless. I need a place to stay. And that makes so much sense to me now, because I remember my homelessness phase and how the Lord blessed me to become better than I was before I left, and how I was hurt, but I hollered, and God came to my rescue. So many times, even right now, God is coming to my rescue, because I believe in the power of prayer. I believe in the power of tears sometimes, and sometimes my days aren't filled with pleasantries, but they're filled with me reminding myself that I'm standing on holy ground, that there are angels all around me, that I can praise Him, and I praise Him now because I'm living on holy ground. And anything that my feet tread upon is blessed. My family's blessed. My finances are blessed. My house is blessed. My kids are blessed. My church is blessed. And like I said, I've been in my house, and I've been not moving around and trying to do the bland diet, even vegan doing the bland diet. I'm going to lift my head up and say I am healed, even though I know I'm in a season of restoration, and I'm in a season of positivity, and I'm in a season of going through something, but going through it with grace, mercy, and understanding. And although you may not be religiously connected to anyone, you need to be connected to someone spiritually or physically sometimes. And because when things happen in your life, you might not have anyone to talk to, but you can talk to yourself and empower yourself. You can say to the mountain, move, and it'll be moved. You can cry out, because for me, I'm an overcomer, and I say it all the time, of depression, schizophrenia, bipolar. I am a survivor of being malnutrition. I'm a survivor of being in the hospital for 27 days. And right now, this is the results of my 27 days being in the hospital. And on the 16th, I have a doctor's appointment, and I have to be there personally, which is Thursday, and it's Monday now. And I was just looking at my wardrobe, and I said, God, you blessed me to have so many clothes that I have 2 closets, and how I'm blessed beyond measure, because these hats that I wear on my head, I literally walk around with my head being covered. People think it's so crazy how I protect my crown. And I'm going to speak on protection of your crown too. Don't let your crown fall off. If you're a king and a queen and you understand the ancestral division of us being African American, which I'm African Latina, you understand that our melanin is there because of the sun and how we migrated to different places. But our ancestors came from the initial place of Africa. We are from Africa. We are an African descent. But we come from a tribe of Judah. We've also come from a tribe of Adam and Eve. We come from a tribe of distinction. No matter what your color or skin tone is, you are a queen and a king under the pretenses of your ancestral. So pull out your ancestors if you need to. Pull on grandma, because her dogs holler. And when grandma didn't feel the way she felt, she hummed. She washed her dishes and she hummed. She listened to her gospel music and she hummed. She went to the church and she hummed. And what most people don't understand about me is I can learn a hymn. Because being in a Baptist church and having a Baptist father, I learned to learn hymns. And I don't need a hymn book sometimes, because if I feel away, I will sing myself a song to myself. Don't need no church. I am the church. I am the sanctuary. I am the hurt dog, and I know how to holler to the supreme high powers that will take care of me in my time of need. But my time of need right now is I need to give the people, and I prayed before I even made this video, God, give me what you would have me to tell your people, to cry out to someone if you need help. Cry out to the ministry that you belong to. Cry out to your family members if you have them, and you're feeling the need right now of a holiday and you just feel depressed. Suicide can be so devastating to a whole family, but some people are on that verge or that cusp of life, and I'm telling y'all to cry out to someone, seek help, seek whatever help you need to get you to the place where suicide is no longer an option. Because I remember going through a season where I would ride to work and I would just cry. But I would listen to gospel music as I'm going to work, and God would encourage me to move forward. And my children are protected by my prayers, and I think about getting a car again. There's so many things that God is helping me go through something so that I can come out on a better side. But the one side I want to let y'all know is Hurt Dogs Holler. Seek help. Don't let your discouragement or your isolation be so isolated that you feel like taking your own life is the only option out. It's not. You will leave family members hurting, want to know why you didn't call them, or why you didn't contact them, or why you were so depressed that the only out was to end your life. Do what God tells you to do. Do what your mind tells you to do, and reach out. Don't go through life right now wondering why nobody loved you, why nobody picked up the phone and called you. I'm calling you. I'm checking up on you. I want to know if you okay. Are you all right? Are you hurting? Listen to this message. Don't give up. Cry out. Cry out to the higher power that you have inside of you. Don't lay in your bed and suffer. Call the doctors if you hurting. Go through the mercy and grace and understanding, knowing that you are powerful. You are beautiful. You are loved. You are respected. You deserve a life that is better than what you have right now. And ending your life is not the answer. It might be the answer for somebody, but not you. I'll give out my phone number if you need it. You can inbox me on Salvation for the Sinner LLC, salvationforthecenter@gmail.com. My presence may not be in the sanctuary, but I can make a phone call and we can get on the three-way and we can have you connected to the vine that I'm connected to. And I guarantee you, we can tackle whatever you got to go through with grace, mercy, and understanding that you too shall come out on the other side. Have a wonderful Monday. Be blessed in everything that you do. Know that you are a survivor. Know that the lives of so many people are now gone. Kentucky is saying they're going to see about 100 deaths, and death toll is increasing. And we want to pray for those people who went through that traumatic experience. And they came out on the other side because some people lost their homes. They have nowhere to live. But our government is not giving up on them. They're trying to find solutions right now to the impact of what has happened in the world. But know that we are living in our last days. And we have to think of things to do to heal ourselves, to holler for help, to cry out to the nation that needs us. If you need a place, some food, call me. I'll get you food. I got food in my house. And if I can't get you food, I can connect you to the pantry that I go to, that if I need some food, Google, research, look out for yourself. Take care of yourself. Know that I love you. I'm praying for you. I wish you nothing but wealth, health, and prosperity. And I wish you to keep on your journey. Be safe in your mind and reach out for help, because hurt dogs do holler. And I want y'all to understand that hurting is a part of a process, but survival is the next step. Have a wonderful Monday. I love y'all. I'm praying for y'all. I hope each and every one of y'all that are hearing the sound of my voice will just be humble and realize life is not promised. The end result is that you're coming out on the other side. I love y'all.